Hello, I'm Rob Stanbridge from Voicelab.com, the market data and analytics tool for the smart speaker industry. And I'm here to answer the question, when do you see voice commerce hitting wide adoption? Users interact with their voice devices every day, communicating and receiving information. But when it comes to transacting via voice through their smart speakers, spending on goods and services, and sharing personal data, when will we hit wide adoption? To answer this question, there are three areas that we need to consider. Number one, the technological capability. Is the tech there to support wider adoption? Number two, the user's readiness. Are voice users comfortable spending money and sharing data via their voice devices? And number three, the market availability. Are brands and businesses available through voice? Are they transacting, engaging, and promoting via voice? For point one, the short answer here is we know the technology is there. Although innovations are still taking place and some markets are ahead of others, there is the capability for in-app purchases on voice, and both Google and Amazon allow purchase of both physical goods and digital goods via voice. What a lot of people forget here is that pretty much anything that is sold on Amazon can already be bought via voice. You need only ask Alexa to buy X, and if it's there, you have an account and the permissions are set, then you can buy it. So on to point two, user readiness and willingness. In May of this year, our company, Voicelab.com, conducted some in-depth research surveying 2,000 owners of voice-activated smart speakers in two of the biggest markets for voice, the US and the UK. The research looked at the extent of consumer demand and their willingness to share, spend, and transact via voice through their smart speakers. The first thing to note, where users are already and when it comes to voice. Our research showed that 7 out of 10 users already have bought or would be willing to buy physical goods via voice. When it comes to digital goods, 2/3 of users either already have or would purchase on voice. Going a bit deeper, the study looked into how comfortable users are with payment through the voice platforms, or even giving over bank or credit card details. The results tell us that more than half of voice users have no concern at all about giving payment access through devices. And 42% are comfortable sharing their bank or credit card details via voice. One consideration for this question of wide adoption, though, is not just getting people to transact via voice, but the value that they are willing to spend. And here the research is also very helpful, as it tells us the sweet spot, the average amount people are comfortable spending via their smart speaker in both the UK and the US. And that figure is £21.85 or $38.45. So not huge amounts at this point, but the demand and willingness is there from the users. So the question is the supply? And that brings us to point three, market availability and awareness. If the technology is there and users are ready, willing, are brands, businesses and retailers making the most of it? We know from Voicelab.com data that just 0.05% of all Alexa skills use Amazon Pay, the online payment processing service provided by Amazon, which is available to developers to use in Alexa skills. Under 2% of Alexa skills feature ISP and skill purchasing, although it is not available in all the markets. So when we look deeper, the products and services being bought via Amazon Pay are things like coffee, cinema tickets and flowers, and via the ISP, key categories are games, sounds, novelty and weather. So what can we observe here that tallies with our user research? It suggests that present users are happy spending relatively low values on voice. One of the brands that are capitalising on the technology is Interflora, the world's largest and longest serving flower delivery network. Interflora worked with voice studio Vocala in 2019 to create the UK's first truly end-to-end e-commerce skill. They turned to voice as they wanted to serve their customers who value speed and convenience by making it as quick and easy as possible to send flowers, while also leveraging their passion and knowledge for flowers to strengthen the brand's relationship with their customers. As yet, few of the big retailers have really ventured into e-commerce in a big way. Some, such as Sainsbury's and Ocado in the UK, use voice very well to create lists and add products to baskets. but customers have to complete the purchase through other channels, such as their mobile app. A new shopping beta from Amazon gives rise to purchasing direct from Amazon through a third-party skill. This feature gives brands the opportunity to add value through an experience and also sell their products. In the UK, Big Potato Board Games took advantage of this feature to offer a taster of one of their popular board games, Obama Llama, through a voice skill. At the end of the quickfire quiz, users were offered the opportunity to add the board game to their Amazon basket and purchase direct. Although numbers were moderately low in terms of the skill usage, 5% of players went through to purchase, so this does show some solid opportunity for brands in this space. I should flag here that Google do also allow payment through the platform, but there is a need to have an associated app in the Play Store, and the data points for these are not as accessible. So for the purposes of this talk, we focused on Amazon. Another key point to consider is that commerce is more than just about the exchange of money. It requires awareness, consideration, retention, and advocacy, and voice has a role to play in all of those. At the start, I flagged that anything you can buy on Amazon, you can buy with voice. But to encourage adoption, marketers need to leverage the data and opportunities that voice technology provides to start to build that relationship and drive users through the purchase journey. So going beyond just being available on Amazon to creating an ownable, engaging voice experience that gives users a positive experience, adds value, and makes them want to shop. Currently, just 2.7% of all Alexa skills request permissions from users, according to data from the Voicelab.com market insight tool. Yet, despite many stories, campaigns, and media articles which have highlighted conspiracies and a lack of trust of voice devices, in our study, 3/4 of voice users expressed no concern over sharing their personal data with their smart speaker. Only 1/4 of the respondents reported they weren't comfortable, and just 8% were very uncomfortable. What's more, our research showed that users are happy to either share their details or perform an action as part of a marketing activity. 6 out of 10 said they would be willing to complete an action, such as complete a poll or survey, give a rating or review, express an opinion, or even listen to an audio commercial. And 3/4 have no concern giving their data in return for a discount coupon or a voucher. After all, users are already used to sharing their personal data in return for things via online forms, apps, or in person. And this can all be done quickly and conveniently via voice, from sample or coupon requests to competition entries and requests for more information that can be sent direct to an email address or to a phone. Voice offers many opportunities for marketing, and it's an area that few brands or retailers are really making the most of at the moment. In addition to the rich engagement experiences and personalised content voice can offer, it can also be a source for hugely valuable data capture and lead generation opportunities, which can all help drive adoption. And so, to conclude, voice through smart speakers as a platform and a channel is ready to deliver wide adoption, and given the opportunity, users are ready and willing to spend and transact via voice. They're ready for that two-way interaction, which requires more from them and offers them more in return. People have become used to buying goods and making bookings online via an app, whether that be on a desktop, laptop, or a smartphone. And the time has now come for voice to become more of a transactional channel. Yet the availability and awareness aren't aligned to that demand. Less than 3% of all Alexa skills currently request either permissions, feature ISP, or use Amazon Pay. If we're guided by the data, there's now a big opportunity for developers, brands, and retailers to engage voice users in more meaningful transactions, which can drive e-commerce. And when that happens, we will see the channel hit a tipping point into wide adoption. Thank you.